In 2012, at just 18 years of age, I had one big, crazy dream. I wanted to start a surf brand that would shake up the world of the young at heart. I wanted to create a platform that would inspire people to live passionately and to ultimately serve the world. I still remember sitting down and drawing out my initial ideas for the surfboards that I wanted to create and researching all about how I could make surfboards and the materials I would need and the equipment. And I asked my parents if I could make just one surfboard in my backyard. And not knowing what they were getting themselves into, they said yes. Later that year, I was on a missions trip to the Huruma Children's Home in Kenya. I went to this home to be a blessing, but found that my own life was transformed through the amazing stories of these kids, and they were the real blessing to me. It was my last night there, and I was just reflecting on the trip and stargazing upon some of the brightest stars I had ever seen. And I realized that this passion of mine to create a business was not random, but it was my calling, and it was something that I really had to pursue. Christmas came along and we had some good sales there, and the momentum kept going. But then by January 2014, everything had just stopped. We were getting hardly any sales, and the momentum had been completely sucked out of what I was doing. I was really down about it because I'd put 2 years of blood, sweat and tears into this dream of mine, and it seemed to be going nowhere. So I stayed up all night working out how I was gonna turn things around, and came up with some new designs and redeveloped the website. And a few weeks later, we started picking up again, and we started growing month to month to month. Shortly after returning home, I was back off to the Huruma Children's Home again, and I was greeted by the same smiling faces that had greeted me just 2 years before. But I still remember this moment so clearly. This moment when we were ready to put the water into the fish farm with all the fish, and all the locals from the surrounding villages and all the kids from the home came down to see what we were doing. And I asked Mama how many fish she wanted to put in the fish farm. And she said as many as we can fit. So we ended up getting 4,000 catfish into this fish farm. And this was such an incredible moment for me because it really validated all the hard work I had put into this dream, especially while I wasn't yet paying myself. And the best thing about this fish farm is that it is self-sustainable, meaning that they are able to eat 2,000 fish and sell 2,000 fish to keep funding the project day in and day out. So today, I am more excited about what I do than I've ever been before. I've got so many dreams and visions for where we want to go. If we're really gonna chase after our dreams and go after what we really want to do, we need to set ourselves a crazy vision. So I want everyone to go home from today and set one big, insane goal. The beginning is never pretty, and that is perfectly fine. My first surf saw me spend more time underwater than above it. My first surfboard definitely wasn't a piece of art. My first t-shirt was pretty average, and my first talk in public, don't get me started, it was terrible. It all just takes time and patience and persistence. So don't rush through life. Don't give up. Create your own path and understand that life is a marathon and not a sprint. And I believe that we all face this moment in time. The moment when we are on the edge of our abilities, the edge of our experience. The list goes on and on. And the world loves to tell us that we don't belong past this edge, that our dreams are too big, that we are too young, that it just won't work. And there have been countless number of times in my life where I've wanted to run the complete opposite way. But I have learned that there is something beautiful about learning to to let go and just trusting in the voice deep inside you. God, destiny, your gut, life, your soul, whatever you call it, listen to it. The more you listen out for it, the more it will light your path for you. So stay true to this voice. Let it become your compass. And understand that you are the pioneers of your future. And to pioneer is to embrace the wild and to explore life beyond the edge. So let's step out and take that leap. Thank you.